Welcome to Bonehead Weekly, and we're going to talk about a multitude of things on this episode. One, Chad on the no-fly list. I just found out. James told
That,
me.
that
James said it right before we started recording. That's a thing. It happened.
It
You
did
now
happen.
know.
What Joe doesn't know is I wasn't referring to the FAA. I was referring to the fact that Chad is forever banned from auditioning to be a fly girl.
I thought
He
you
will
meant like a
never,
broom.
no, he'll never be allowed to dance on In Living Color. Now, some people argue it's because the show hasn't been on the air in years.
No, it's
But
because
the
Chad
reality
doesn't
is,
believe. It's because Chad doesn't believe in his dreams. Hashtag the secret.
all,
yeah,
I did, all
yeah.
the only mistake I made was watching Son of the Mask on the plane and going, "This is a bomb," and then that
There
did
you
it for
go.
me.
There you go. You need to write things down on one of those vision boards, they tell me. I don't know. I think you're supposed to smoke weed and look at it. I'm not for sure how it goes.
Well, now that Scarlet Witch wrote on that vision board and almost destroyed a whole town.
Ah, see what you did there. See what you did there. Paul Bettany, you're just sneaking him right in, aren't you? Just
Yep,
one more time, you're going to be like, oh my God, let's just get Paul Bettany in here.
The
he's
fact
no.
that the fact that he went Paul Bettany instead of the magnificent Elizabeth Olsen.
She is not hideous. But have you seen Paul Bettany?
I've also seen Elizabeth Olsen.
Because he's married to more of my dream person.
Let me
Jennifer.
His
let
first
me
wife. No, I'm joking.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jennifer Connelly.
let me. In all fairness, just
Not my dream
it
person, but I
just
don't get
well
crushes, but she would be a slight celebrity crush for me, yeah.
well, but just in all fairness, to make sure we're being fair to all of our viewers,
Viewer.
why not both?
No, I'm not going to Paul Bettany's is a lovely man. Lovely man.
He seems to have a really good sense of
And
humor. I
smells like
mean,
sandalwood.
by the way, it's a true
I don't know
story.
what sandalwood smells like.
That's
It's
sad.
not. It's not bad. I shaved with sandalwood shaving cream.
By the way, and this is just an FYI. Now
No, I
I
know.
know people tune into our show for my hot scent takes, but if you're gonna buy the Super Mario crossover with Old Spice, I recommend the Luigi themed one, which is Stardust Valley or something.
I have no idea what that is.
Well, the reason it came to my mind is it has a sandalwood and it's got a very as someone told it to me, it has a very tenured professor office scent. It's like sandalwood, and it's not.
Oh, it smells like farts, bourbon, tobacco smoke, and dead dreams.
No, you're hanging out. I'm sorry, Joe. A well-paid tenure professor, where it's like the
So it
humidor,
smells
the
like
It's all the
farts,
same.
really good weed, really good bourbon, and the
man. I
national
don't know.
grad
I am
students.
faculty, and I don't know who you're hanging out with because
Well, the really paid ones that usually keep that bottle hidden, in my experience.
I don't know any of them, or they never share.
That's kind of sad. Is that true? I'm going to ask you a serious question. Let's talk about
Yeah.
the place you just left. You didn't have anybody knew about, like, just kept a bottle in their office. We
And
both
by the
used to know
and
somebody who
by the
just
way,
kept beer.
Oh yeah, no, I know.
for those who are listening to our podcast,
Yeah.
Joe just went extra douchey because he took up the time to pick up his eyeglasses and not put them on, but put them on top of his head.
Well, because I got to thinking and I can't think with glasses on.
No, you can't,
Technically,
can you?
technically they're on. They're on your
No,
head.
I can't think with them on my eyes.
Which is why if you see him put on his glasses,
Because
take his wallet, he won't know.
that's where I get the vitamin D. And that makes my brain go twirly whirl. I'm
Hmm.
sorry.
Listen, Joe, I just
Twirly
want you to
whirl.
know after this is over,
Bzz,
because of
bzz,
what
bzz,
you
bzz.
just said, I'm going to type this into my AI girlfriend and have her comment on what you just said. And if the interwebs go down because of you,
James,
What's the
James,
AI website? It's not
Psst.
Chuck.
James. Should we
yeah,
tell him that after he took his glasses off, he messed up his hair?
No, it's just in the
no,
back. It's right here. Can you
no,
see? Can you see the seam?
no,
I can see the
no.
seam. It's right there.
No, Joe,
So,
your hair is very unseemly.
oh,
Ooh,
I'm
that's
gonna have
college.
to.
That's college professor talk right there.
I
That's New
am.
Yorker humor right
I
there.
am going to have to go outside and stare at the sun to get my brain to go, so I can come back and give a really good retort.
Oh,
Course
he
in the
said retort. Who got him a word of the day calendar?
Oh my God, I must have somehow took the vitamin D through my chair. How did that happen? Praise Jeebus. Praise
Joe,
Jeebus.
Joe being politically incorrect again by naming a pie that's really stupid.
Jeebus?
No retort.
I see what he did there. I feel
Yeah.
bad that I
He
see.
needed to use
Hey,
yoga
I
to
sent this.
stretch for that.
I sent this to the. I sent this to my family, and I said, "This is your dad joke of the day," and here it is. If nothing else, so maybe this will get us some viewers. The dad joke of the day is,
Yeah.
I just invented an air freshener that you activate with your mind. I told my wife about it, and she said that was the dumbest idea ever. And I told her, well, if you think about it, it makes sense. It makes
Um,
sense.
yeah. I see. Yeah,
I'm
we got it.
I'm refusing to crack a smile.
You couldn't refuse crack if you tried.
It's
I've seen
true.
your '80s videos.
It's true.
You
So
and I don't know
you
somebody
and
with a
you and
crack.
Brenner, you and Mule Brenner, I screwed it up. So what you've probably already picked up on if you've been listening to the show or watching the show or both because you're weird for many, many moons, that we clearly have not yet stated a topic. And we're going to talk about two or three things. If you guys don't mind, before we get up to one or two, and it depends on what's on everybody's mind. I know James has to fly to Hong Kong tomorrow. He's got an important business trip.
Well, I mean, it's you say Hong Kong, but it's really just for a Hong Kong Fooey audition.
That's
I'm trying to play the cat.
I
Number one
think that's
super guy.
I think that's a great idea. And I think you should try to raid the green room and bring us back snacks for the Bonehead green room.
Except our room is actually green and not a room.
Yes, and we're usually tied up in it. So we're going to be doing a live show next Friday, March the 27th, sorry, at Friday, 8 p.m. at Lexington Comic and Toy Convention. Now, we're hoping to get a couple of guests. I can't really talk about that because it could be, truthfully, at this time, one of two or three people. But we really want you to come out. And there's a way for you to come out. If you actually come to the show, I may give you some passes that I'm supposed to pick up this Monday. So if you're interested and you're going to go to the show, let us know. It's a way for us not only to get you there, stay a little late on Friday, come by, get some passes from us, and have a good time.
Well,
Anything you guys want to add to that?
and I can't. I don't want to promise more than I can deliver, but there has been, I guess, for the past few years, Joe probably knows more exact numbers, but a tradition of certain vendors and things having ribbons, like the conference ribbons.
Yes, we have ribbons, or
And
they have ribbons throughout. Yeah.
yeah, well, I'm not saying that Bonehead may be handing out exclusive ribbons only to people at our panel, but that may happen.
Also, let's just go ahead and let it rip. We normally have bourbon. We normally share said bourbon with the audience till it runs out, or till the guest, let's say at another convention, drinks it all.
Yeah, which is at that point,
That
by the
didn't
way,
happen. He
you
didn't drink it all,
get
but he did enjoy himself.
yeah, well, and at that point, actually, you get an even better panel because some of
Oh
these
my God.
guests, if you give them a little bit of the water of life, if you will.
Do you guys remember? Do you remember when he was trying to get the two girls to come in and talk to him during the panel?
Yep.
That's good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. By the way, for those listeners, if you think maybe there was something that we signaled that would make that make more sense, we didn't. It's
No,
just that you had to be there
you
moment,
had
which
to
is
be there.
another reason you should be at
You
this
should
panel.
go. You never know who our guest is going to be. The last few years, it has been Bryce O'Quay and King Kirk, two really good artists that are
And
local and good friends of the
bowling,
show.
Trisina. Am I getting that name wrong?
Tressa Bowling. We've
Tressa
also,
Bowling. Thank you.
yeah,
I don't know why.
we've,
I'm sorry, Tressa. If you watch this, I'm shocked.
I'm
Why would you do
shocked
that?
as
You're way
hell.
more talented than
I'm
that.
shocked as hell. We've
You should.
also, oh my God, who else have we had? There's been a couple. Anyway, I know I'm getting off topic. Stop by, come by. If you're looking for tickets, the part of that getting a ticket is you have to come to Bonehead. So you have to make me a pinky promise that you come to the panel. I've had people before who've pinky promised and not shown up for the panel. And those people are burning in hell.
Or at least they're not getting free tickets anymore because they know what they did.
That's probably also accurate. Yes.
They made baby Jesus cry. And by that I mean, I don't know if you know this, but when Joe's not hosting panels, he dresses as baby Jesus.
Yeah.
Very
Basically, it's $10. I've made 5 so far.
yeah, it's
Turns out
I
people will
mean,
just give you, they won't pay you $10 for a picture, but they'll give you random change. They'll add up to $5 after a while.
yeah, yeah. Um
Well, this is going off the rails. I just want to talk about, well, all right, we did talk about James change. Yeah, 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 yeah. So we did talk about this for a minute. I know Chad and I've said this many times. James, I'm pretty sure, has either of the three of us watched the Oscars in years? I don't remember the last time I watched it.
Mm-mm.
oddly enough, I watched some of last year's. I watched quite a bit of the year before. Now, was the year before the
The
when was
slap.
the slap? Yeah.
I
I
think it's
watched
two
all of
years
that one
ago.
because my family actually wanted to watch it, and I was like, "Well, I'll watch it. I just don't."
Well, you
But
caught the good one, huh?
I watched some of last year's, and I would have watched this year's honestly, just because Conan O'Brien is hosting, and he's one of those people that I find naturally just hilarious. I don't know why. And the only thing that could have made it better is if half the time Andy Richter was on a couch in the background. He doesn't have to do anything. It's just I find him hilarious too. And so, but I would have watched it for the host. That's the first time I can say. Not that I didn't like other hosts. I know tons of immensely talented people have hosted it before, but Conan O'Brien as host actually would have is what was going to get me to watch it, and I was actually going to, and I just didn't. Life happened, and so I didn't get to watch it.
It finds a way. I
Yeah.
know you didn't watch it, right, Jane, Chad? Why am I
No,
thinking?
I haven't watched it in many years. I did. I will say I watched a little bit last year because, like James, I'm a Conan O'Brien fan, and I wanted to see how. And he was doing great, but I just can't stand the Oscars anymore.
You mean the last 2 years Conan O'Brien's hosted?
Yeah. Well, I did. Is this is his second year, right? Or
I
is
don't
this
know.
third?
I
I
have
thought
no.
this was the
I think it's
second
the
year.
second. I think it's the
Yeah, it's
second.
only a second. So I watched a little bit last year because I wanted to see Conan. Now this year I didn't bother.
Well,
I
I
did,
forgot it
however,
was on.
I do want to say I did watch the highlights of Conan hosting, like his intro thing where they were doing his makeup and he ended up looking like what's her name from Weapons? And
Oh,
Oh, Aunt Gracie.
um
Oh, I already
who
forgot.
won the Oscar this year?
yeah, yeah,
Amy Madigan or
Amy
Amy.
Madigan.
Is it Madigan? Oh my
I'm
God.
sorry, did I make it up? I
She.
may have made that last
I
name up.
swear it sounds
But
like
anyway,
it's.
she won.
Yeah. Well, it's about time
But
too.
anyway, but the opening skit that Conan did was him getting his makeup on, and he, of course, they are putting makeup on him, and of course, it pulls back, and he looks exactly like she does in the movie. And the best line is, "You put too much white on me. I look too pale. I didn't put any white on you."
Yeah.
And then he runs through the other movies. And the best part is when he runs through K-pop Demon Hunter, and they're all like all struck by him and flirty, and they just use actual scenes from the movies. So
Like
like
they
he
did,
runs
like Billy
through
Crystal used to do.
yeah, he runs through weapons, and the kids are chasing him from weapons the whole time. So he's
Hmm.
like running through K-pop Demon Hunter, and they're chasing him. He runs through
Yeah, I mean
the what's the movie that the Norwegian movie that got nominated for and won for best with Stellan Skarsgård.
I never saw it.
Anyway, it's he runs at one point, and it's just Stellan Skarsgård telling him what a disappointment he is, which is from the actual movie. Anyway, yeah, that was hilarious, and so I would have watched it, but yeah.
no, yeah, I do want to point out one thing that I saw online after the Oscars. It has nothing to do with the movies. It has nothing to do with anything that's well, it has everything to do with what the celebrities did. Did any of you all see the picture of the auditorium after the celebrities were left?
No,
No.
I didn't
Okay.
watch.
So the Oscars gave each person underneath their chair was a box. That and it had a little note from Conan. It had an aluminum bottle of water, a thing of and a thing of like candy, like Swedish fish or something like that, and maybe one other thing. Well, after the Oscars, they took a picture of the auditorium, and the celebrities had absolutely trashed it, like left all their trash scattered everywhere.
Hmm.
It looked like there was like vomit on the floor at one spot. I mean, it looked absolutely atrocious. And I'm like, these are the people who are supposed to be showing elegance and I'm like, they're fucking slobs.
Well, we know better.
Yeah. I mean, I do too, but it was absolutely disgusting. And I'm like,
I just found it and posted
all
a
these
chat in the
deep,
link, Joe, if you want to see it.
Yeah, I'm looking it up
yeah,
right
it,
now.
yeah, it just,
It looks like my hometown movie theater when it was still open.
and that's the thing. I had never been to a movie theater ever that was that trashed. I mean, yeah, I would go into a theater and there would be popcorn and maybe there'd be a little sticky spot, but nothing that looked like that.
Well, okay. So the first thing I'm thinking of when I'm looking at is, man, those are some old ass seats because it literally looks like a movie theater from the late 70s or
Well,
80s from from
do you know
studio.
where it was at, right, Joe?
No, I don't know any of
It
this
was at
stuff.
an audit. It was like at an old theater that was attached to a damn mall.
Dolby Theater, the Dolby.
Oh,
Yeah.
they didn't have it like at the Disney blah blah blah
Mm-mm.
downtown that they have the art. What is it called? Opera House, the Disney one that looks so cool. You know, do you guys know what I'm talking about in LA?
Yeah, I don't know the name of it, but yeah, no,
Yep.
no, it was at a mall.
Oh,
And
so
and by the way, we should also point out the significance. This is going to be potentially the last Oscars ever televised on national television.
yeah, because YouTube gets it.
Yep.
The
Do you know why it was at the Dolby? Because it used to be at the Chinese Theater at one point, right? Originally, way back in
Yeah.
the day. Do you know why it was at the Dolby?
No.
Mm-mm.
The Dolby was originally built in 2001 to be the permanent home of the Academy Awards.
I didn't know that.
And so they made a deal in 1997 that they would be the permanent host. And it's a 20-year, and they renewed it to make it a new 20-year deal in uh, 2013. So it will technically be the home of the Oscars until 2033.
Hmm.
Which, by the way, is a sign: never enter a long-term deal they won't renovate.
Mm-mm.
All right. As far as the winners, I only had one comment of category. I saw several of the best pictures and a few of the other things. I didn't see any bad. There wasn't anything that I watched that was like, geez, that can't win. And it's Amy Madigan. I'm almost positive it's Amy Madigan. I was cool to see her finally win her Oscar, and she is really good in weapons.
Yeah.
But
Amy Madigan's just good, period, in everything she
she is. She's
does.
good in everything. She kicked Uncle Buck's ass. But I just she's really good in weapons. Anyway, it's just a performance you don't see coming in any way, shape, or form. That being said, I I do take a little bit of I don't James always says umbrage, but why I don't hate Sean Penn. He's a great actor. I don't agree with X, Y, and Z, but I don't give a damn
Oh
about
no,
most people's opinions.
he's a renowned prick.
Well, it's not even that. I don't care. He's a great actor, like the artist from the art, and he's really good in that movie. I know I'm one of I'm the only bonehead who really liked that movie, but he's really good in it. But there's nobody. I didn't see a performance this year, and I'm not joking. I think I've said this to several people that I thought was better than Delroy Lindo in Sinners.
Yeah, he should have won.
That whole 10-minute scene about him talking about liquor and beer when they pull up and they're trying to get him to go to the club to play. It's one of the best scenes in the movie, considering
Yeah,
there's a ton of good scenes in that movie.
and like I said, I know you're a fan of one battle after another. Me and James,
Yeah,
eh.
I liked it a
I
lot.
enjoyed watching Terminator again.
Yeah, but Sean Penn, in my opinion, doesn't do a lot in that movie. It's everybody around him. He's just kind of grunting and
Oh,
Delroy,
actually, so I think that's I think that's the good part that he doesn't do as much.
but Delroy Lindo's performance stole that movie. He was phenomenal in that movie. And now full disclosure, I've been a lifelong Delroy Lindo fan. I love him to death. He's one of my favorite actors. And the fact that he's never won for anything is ridiculous
Well, he's
because
never been nominated
he's
for.
never been nominated, and he's phenomenal in everything he does. And he stole a lot of sinners from Michael B. Jordan, in my opinion.
Michael B.
And
Jordan's really good though, and
and
I will
not
have to say
to,
I believe those are two different people in that movie.
no, don't get me wrong. I agree.
Yeah,
I'm glad he won, but damn, but Delroy Lindo should have stole that from Sean. He should have not even been close.
yeah,
Should
that
not.
that that one threw me for a little bit of really. I don't understand that one, and it's in I do think the Oscars is a little bit should be a little bit about not necessarily your time, but you having a certain body of work.
Yeah.
And it being kind of that shot at that time. Like
Well,
Scorsese didn't win to begin with. Spielberg didn't win to begin with. I'm not knocking any of it. Sean Penn already had two Oscars.
well, and I guess I have a question about that. Were there honorable Oscars this year, like the Lifetime ones?
I'm sure
I
there was,
didn't.
but I don't know anything about it.
I didn't. I tried to find if there were, and if anybody knows, let me know. But I was kind of shocked because I agree. It's the there's a certain like, and it's we. I think we've said this before on the show. I'm sure we have. You know, like John Wayne won for True Grit, but he didn't win for True Grit.
No, it's a lifetime. It shouldn't be a lifetime achievement, but I do understand at a certain point, it's like, oh, it's somebody, it's finally time for their due. Kind of like getting into a Hall of Fame of a sports
Yeah.
organization, whether that be football, basketball, baseball, wherever they're going. I just, to me, the Oscars should have a little bit of that. And
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't, I've never met Delroy Lindo. I've never met Sean Penn. I'm never going to have this problem. And until one of them needs money and starts doing conventions, I'm probably never going to meet them. And that's okay. But I don't, that was my one takeaway from the Oscars. It was like, oh, that's cool. Oh, that's cool. That's
Well,
cool that got nominated. And it's like, holy shit, Sean Penn shouldn't have won that.
well, and in all fairness, they had already snubbed Delroy Lindo for The Hard Way with Michael J. Fox and James
James
Woods,
Woods.
Oh my God.
also starring
Stephen
Christina
Lang.
Ricci.
Stephen Lang's the bad guy in that, isn't he?
Yeah, but whatever. Christina Ricci's in it. I don't know if I mentioned.
Yeah, but have you seen Stephen Lang?
I legitimately don't remember Christina Ricci being in The Hard
I
Way.
don't remember Christina Ricci
I
being in that at
think
all.
I'll be honest, and the only reason I know that is somebody gave me a copy back in the VHS days and said Christina Ricci's in this, and
And
I watched it.
I
And
love
by
The
the
Hard
way,
Way.
I
she was
like that too.
11 at the time, but in all defense, so was I. I didn't want people to think that I was, being weird and watching, you know. But yeah, yeah. I think that's got to. Say what you will about The Hard Way. By the way, what a great cast: Penny Marshall, Louise
Mhm.
Guzman.
Yeah, no, I liked that movie when I was a kid.
I love The Hard Way.
But I also liked Child's Play 3 when I was a kid, and I haven't seen that in a minute. So
Oh, the military school. Ugh.
I kind of liked that one as a kid.
Oh, Lewis Black is in that too. How did I forget that?
Now I gotta go
No,
back
I
and watch The
didn't.
Hard Way.
Lewis Black wasn't Lewis Black then, though.
No, no, no. He was. I need.
James, did you mention Luis Guzman?
I did. I
Yes.
said Louise.
Okay,
Also,
Giselle,
Fabio is in it. Why did you all not remind me Fabio was in it, Chad?
just because I was actually looking at Hard Way stuff, did you say LL Cool J too?
No, I did not. Actually, I did
You
not mention
jackass.
LL Cool J.
Such name calling. Keep it up. I was hoping to get worse. All right, I just wanted to talk about the Oscars and make sure that we talked about Lexington Comic Con and tickets and going to it. What does anybody got anything? I will say there's a glut of horror films that I want to see it's trying to find time
Well,
to go two
and
hours.
back to the Oscars. Some people have said that horror, there it is finally getting its due.
But they won't call Sinners a horror film. They'll call it like a dark or a
Well, no, but
thriller.
Frankenstein got a lot of nominations.
Yeah, and it won a few things.
Yeah,
But it was mostly only for the design or the
tech and
cinematography. Yeah.
costumes,
Because that's what it should have won for. Because it was beautiful.
I will say this,
Except for Sinners.
Ryan Coogler, that there's some of the best dialogue I'd heard in years in Sinners.
Yeah.
I straight up
Can
some of
we
the
have a
best dialogue.
conversation about Sinners?
Now, the only complaint I had about Sinners was the Return of the King multiple endings.
That doesn't bother me.
I didn't need a couple of them.
I've got.
I figured it out on my own without it
I
kind of.
know. Oh yeah, but I've got a philosophical question.
Yes,
Is vampirism the cure for racism?
yes,
But then they have to prey on humans. So isn't that just another form of racism?
yes.
Because they're all part of a
No.
hive mind.
That's food.
But they're all part
What
of
if
a
you're a
hive
cannibal?
mind. Well, Joe, if I learned nothing from Elton John and Ghostbusters 2, love is a cannibal. Look it
That's
up.
a deep cut, buddy.
I love that. Actually, that was one of the. I actually posted on a message board just to see if I can get a response. I did not. When Elton John was doing his final tour, will you be performing "Love Is a Cannibal" at any of your shows? I would like to hear it performed live. I did not get a hit on that.
No.
Nobody commented underneath going, "What the hell's wrong with you?" Which I also would have accepted as a response. No, here's the other thing I did learn from the Oscar, because that's actually one of the things I was watching. Because obviously, once they're vampires, they don't hate each other because they have a hive mind.
Yeah.
But they have a hive mind because obviously, though, at the end, in one of those ending, in the final ending, I guess he's like, "Oh well, you're gonna die," but good for you for not changing effectively.
You mean you're talking about at the bar? I think it's
Yeah,
like the second ending.
yeah, yeah,
Is it Muddy Waters is at the bar?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. The thing that was most impressive, other than Del, and both of those, and the dialogue. The dialogue's great. The movie and its premise, or I mean, it's straight up from Dusk Till Dawn. As far as the machine, I'm not saying he stole it. I'm just saying that's the machine that's there. That's the structure of it. The movie just flips. But I passed the Del. What was I talking about? Oh, is when they do that dance sequence with the music. If
Yep.
you'd have told me you were going to do that in a vampire movie in a speak, I would have. It's just not what I would have envisioned if you tried to explain it to me, and it was something completely different that I'd never seen before,
Yeah.
and it works. I don't know how he got it to work, but it works. It works in that movie. For me, it worked really well for
Yeah.
me.
By the way, the other
He obviously doesn't recall the dance scene from Dracula Dead and Loving It.
I do. I do. By the way, I've saw T. I will. I not to change the subject, but I did see. I tried to get you two to go, but my kid wanted to see Ninja Turtles 2, Turtles in Time. Shit, Secret of the
that's
Ooze.
three.
And I saw it originally in the theater when it came out, and I had the same. I just walked out and said, "Yeah, boy, I tell you, 35 years ago, well, no way you would have convinced me that 35 years later I'd be watching this in a movie theater
I
again."
would have loved to have gone, but I was violently ill.
I had to drive to Richmond to see it because most of the showings in Lexington, they weren't necessarily sold out, but all the good seats were sold out at the
Yeah.
Regal, at the Cinemark, so Richmond,
Really?
it wasn't bad. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. But there was somebody asked me if there was any kids there. Do you guys want to guess how many children I saw at that screening?
I'm gonna say 0.
That was about right. If I did,
Yeah.
I meant mine. Mine.
You know what would
That
have made it
movie's
sell out even
really
more?
flawed. What?
If they would have had some of them Ninja Turtle Hostess pies.
Ooh.
Them's a flashback. Them's was delicious.
You
But
You
know,
know what else? Oh, go ahead.
good.
I was just gonna say a little bit of trivia. Axl Rose, who was a notorious dickhead and didn't care about his fans or anything, was constantly late. He was so late to a concert one time, and his reasoning was he was too involved in a movie, and that was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2.
That makes sense. You have to figure out what's
Did
going on.
they have the scene where they're in that net and they obviously have swords on their back
I
and
brought
they
that
could
up
have
to
just cut.
I brought that up to Quint in the middle of the theater. I said, next time you see Uncle James, ask him and Silas about Leonardo's got them swords right there. He just could cut right through
You
it.
just cut right through it. I mean, they're
Do,
swords.
do you know
Let's
what
say they're dull. You could still eventually wear it down.
I fell asleep for part of it, but when I woke back up, I that bothers me, but nothing bothers me as bad as he's played by Kevin Nash at the end and turns into Super Shredder, right?
Yeah, yes.
And I'd forgot it was Kevin Nash who was sitting there watching the credits. Which is funny because I think I've literally interviewed Kevin Nash more than once, and he talked about it when I was got to thinking about it. So he turns into Super Shredder. All he does is knock down the pillars on the dock so that it falls down on him, and he kills himself. There's not even
It is
really
the
a fight,
lamest death. It was a completely stupid death.
but
Made no
there's not a
sense.
fight. He just
No.
knocks the shit down so that he kills himself.
Yeah, there was no sense in that. No
They don't
logic.
even have to throw a punch.
They're like, we have nothing. Let's just have him kill himself. It's so dumb.
But the whole time I'm watching poor David Warner give it his all.
Hmm.
And David Warner is one of those character actors, if you like Delroy Lindo. He is in some really bad movies.
Oh yeah.
David Warner.
Quest of the
Did
Delta
you ever
Knight.
see that, Tron?
I will come to your house and I will
But
burn your
David
toys
Warner-
in front of you.
So I was watching Scream 7, and I thought this movie's not good, but it's not as bad as the last two because for some odd reason, even though I have all these complaints, and I will say this, I didn't say it in my review, but Courtney Cox just looks like she's cashing a check, waiting for somebody to say cut. I don't believe that about Neve Campbell or anybody else I was watching perform, but Courtney Cox looked like she was waiting on someone to yell cut. I was told that to say, no matter how bad the movie was, David Warner is one of those character actors. I've never seen him give a bad performance. The movie may be dreadful, but he was good.
In Quest of the Delta Knights, which was made fun of by Mystery Science Theater 3000, he plays the hero and basically he plays a Gandalf type character training an apprentice, and he plays the villain. And it is literally, he still looks like he's having fun making that movie.
Does it really? I've
Well,
never seen it, but I've never seen him give a bad performance.
No, that's what I mean. He is like, it's so much fun when they make fun of him because the guy that plays the kid, he looks like he's a member of Hanson, which was, is back when MST3K was first on the air. So
Yeah.
they kept making Hanson jokes. And the movie is awful. Like, there's parts that you can tell that they filmed just to fill time.
Yeah.
So it would reach 90 minutes or whatever. Like, they're in a tree house village, and there's a guy that's screaming, "I'm coming," constantly, which is impossible to take out of context, but you never see him. Like, they're supposed to be being chased, and you just keep hearing, "I'm coming! And it's a high-pitched scream.
Is it "Tell him I'm coming"? Tell him I'm
No.
coming?
And if it was Terrence Stamp, if it was that gravelly voice, it would work better. But this guy has a high-pitched, "I'm coming! I'm coming!" And they don't even have to make fun of it. It's that bad. But when David Warner's on the screen, like, I think even at one point they go, "David Warner trying his best." And I was like, yeah, he is. He really does. So I agree. Also,
God. James, you just killed me.
Because he was coming? Did it go down your throat?
Oh, God.
Did you choke?
Oh, my God.
Wait, did I say "oh, God" wrong? How am I supposed to say that again?
Well, like
I thought you were directing this.
Like it's a positive. When you say "oh God," can you put a little pause in between the "oh" and the "God" and give me a little bit of the God, and just a slight stutter?
Well, I'm more method, Joe. Could I do the with that?
I hope that if you're listening to this right now, later on, I want you to go back to YouTube, and it's going to be right around the 40-minute mark, and I want you to look at James's face that Chad just missed him doing that. It's priceless.
I'm trying to catch my breath.
Well, good.
I have that effect on people.
I mean, I don't know. Pleasure has often escaped me the last few months. So
I was trying to find another David Warner performance to piss James off. The only one I can come up with is he sucked as Jack the Ripper.
Why would you?
You
know, it is weird.
You bitch about that time after time.
Do you want? Oh, I see what you did. Do you wonder if it was flipped? If you'd like it better, Chad? Like if Malcolm McDowell was playing, they flipped the roles.
I honestly think
I would like both of those.
First off, I love Time After Time. That is just a joke. But
Shoot,
yes,
I did a face. You think there's probably a lot of our audience doesn't know that movie exists.
But I think it would be so much better if they flipped.
It's a great movie.
If they flipped, it would have been so much better.
Yeah. Do you really? He took off his headset while Scott was talking.
Admiral, when you took your hearing aids out,
right off right there. It was like, do you really? He just like, yeah, fuck it.
I couldn't get my glasses on.
Just done. Well, don't put them on top of your head, or you'll get pissed at yourself.
Wasn't pissed, just no pointing out a fact.
By the way, the other thing I learned from the Oscars real quick is, and I don't know why people send me this stuff, but somebody's
David
like,
Warner was snubbed.
Well,
waxwork
by living. That's
true.
Did you so people send me and again they're, "Oh, you like movies. Did you see the Oscar after party outfits?" And I guess I may be misremembering, but Gwyneth Paltrow was wearing a dress that didn't have panties and it was open on the side.
So funny enough,
I could give a shit.
It showed it doesn't matter if you do or don't. It kind of invades because I don't care either, and it was on a timeline today. It,
Well, and here's the
you
other
can't
part
escape
about
it.
that. The only thing that it made me realize is that outside of roles, I know very few actors because I was literally, they sent it to me and I, like an idiot, I was like, okay. And I basically, quite frankly, was probably
They
putting off
told you
doing
it was
actual
goth
work.
girls selling donuts, and you clicked on it.
No, no, those come to me automatically, sir. Not the goth girls with actual donuts. That would be, well, I'll be honest, I wouldn't be here. But the point is, I'd be dead. They'd kill me. Um, no,
Or
I don't
you'd be in a
know.
different kind of relationship,
Hell,
one that was
I'll
accepting and
when we're
pure
not
and full
recording,
of
remind
love.
me. I'll tell you something. Anyway, but I was scanning through, and it was people. They're dressed in. I don't know. To me, it's oh look, they went to Walmart. But and it's like they're wearing Tom Ford. They're wearing an unbuttoned shirt. Anyway,
Yeah,
but I was like, oh, that's that Timothy Chalamet. No, it's Troy Sivan. I was like, who's Troy Sivan?
I don't
By the
know
way,
who
he's
that
in
is.
X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Oh,
Why did he get invited to the Oscar party? And by the way, evidently he's now a musician, so maybe he did. He's in Trolls band together.
I have no idea.
But
You've lost me on
but
this. Where
anyway,
are we going with this?
no,
Gwyneth
no,
Paltrow is showing her
no.
her.
I don't care about that. But my entire thing is I don't care about fashion. I know people see me on this show and they're like, God, James must spend hours thinking about fashion every single day. No, I don't. Surprisingly, this hat, Disney store, not designer. Uh,
Yeah,
actually, Disney clearance. Thank you.
yeah.
Maybe I'm born with it. Maybe it's Disney clearance. Um, I don't care. And I was like, I like movies. I don't care. I have
But
that.
people do.
No,
It's
no, and
another
that's
thing.
fine. That's fine. But you mentioned earlier separate the art from the artist. I separate the artist from the fashion too. I don't
I
like.
know.
You know what I mean? Like it's one of those
Yes,
things.
like
I just
Billy
don't care
Bob
about
and his hats.
I don't care about the artist outside of the movie. That's the thing.
Well,
I was just like,
and
I don't care.
and there's fascinating stories sometimes. Like a few years ago, and I forget who it is. Somebody I'm sure. And by a few years, it's somewhere between 3 and 30. Um, one of the performers made their own dress. One of the actresses, because it's still appropriate to say actresses when it comes to the Academy Awards because they have two separate categories. Uh, one of the actresses made her own dress, and I'm like, well, that's interesting, right? She did that. She sewed a dress.
Hmm.
That's interesting. These other people went to a designer and was like, here's my measurements. Go. That's
Also,
not as cool.
real quick, and I think we've talked about this before, and I don't know how long we were going to go. Is there? I don't even think the fashion is much is as culturally relevant as it was 10 to. I know it's not as relevant as it was 20 years ago. Or
No.
maybe I'm so old and dead and unplugged from it, I don't see it as much. But I mean, I do see those things. Like I knew about Gwyneth and her no underwear as soon as you brought it up because it's like I said, you can't
No,
escape it. It's on your
I
feet.
mean,
Yeah. Like
no,
those
here's the
goth
truth.
girls
We
with
have so
donuts.
many, we are so inundated with influencers who are all about fashion that by the time, you know, why does it, what a celebrity wears any different than what people see on TikTok videos or Instagram or anything like that? It doesn't make a fucking difference. Never, no,
Well,
that not that it ever did, nor that it ever should.
I mean, some people
I'm just
fall.
saying that no one really cares what these celebrities are wearing because they are already inundated 24/7 with these videos and photos of online models. I mean, I don't
Well,
give a shit.
yeah, probably that's true for the most
But
part.
I'm also pointing this out. I'm a man. I probably shouldn't be commenting on this because it's just not my thing.
I think you can comment on fashion, Chad. Just your total lack thereof doesn't
Yeah,
mean you can't talk about it.
I was so
But
excited. I got a hoodie that said Wolf Nards on it.
Well, that's good. We're
but
happy
that's
for you. Did
but
you get
that
an
was
extra
gonna be
pudding cup too?
that was gonna
No,
be his that was gonna actually be Chad's fashion imprint brand.
His fashion.
I did get an extra pudding cup, but it had no pudding in it.
Hmm. Why don't you
You
tell me
just
about
got
how
the
that
cup?
make you feel?
You just got
Not
the
as
cup?
It didn't
Were
make
you
me
at the
feel
doctor's
as
office?
douchey as somebody biting on their glasses or putting
It
them on
did.
top of their head than
It,
actually ever wearing them.
it didn't. Did it? Did it runneth over?
No, because it was empty, you dumbass. Did you not hear what I just said earlier?
But metaphorically, talk to me about your mother.
She hates you.
He does not.
Oh my.
Nor has she ever. Oh, look at him. Cannot tell a lie. And nor do
Always
I
telling
either.
me I could do better with my friends.
She may have said that, but her choices are not much better than yours. In fact, I'd say
Uh,
on par.
uh,
Your sweet, sweet mom. That sweet, sweet ass. Anyway, is there anything else we need to talk about other than talking about Chad's mom?
were
Well,
you
you
going to say pounding? Were you going to say
No,
pounding?
no, I wouldn't pound her. She's got those hips. You've got to be gentle.
No,
I'm a gentle
knees.
lover.
Knees, Joe. Knees.
No, she's usually on those, Chad. It's the hips. It's the hips. Is there anything else we need to talk about?
well
No, I think we're good.
you mentioned Lexington Comic Con, and
Yes,
I just want to do, and we obviously had them as a guest, and
we
that's good
did.
and holy, and we should be thankful. But
I'm thankful
um,
for the time slot and the job. I'm always thankful for the job.
this is going to come out this weekend, right?
Yeah, should come out Saturday, unless
So
I got work Saturday, so it may be Saturday, Sunday.
when does pre-ordering tickets end? Right, that closes soon.
Yeah, you need to do it this week. I think it's before Monday. I'm not for sure. I shared it on my Facebook page. If you just go on there if you haven't, but just go ahead and get the tickets cheaper if you can. If you want to come and you're trying to win some tickets, you can do that as well. I think there's certain comic book stores throughout the town, also in Ashland and in Huntington. If you spend X amount of dollars, you can get a free pass to one of the days, not all the days. It probably won't be Saturday. Saturday's going to sell out. Saturday
I
sells out every year, everybody. Just letting you know, go ahead, get your tickets if you want to go Saturday because it's going to be sold the hell out.
well, I was going to say, and I believe, don't quote me, but I believe actually A Plus Comics and um, is it collectibles, etc.
Probably. They're all most of them, most of the ones you would go to in town would be just
Yeah,
ask them about if you spend X amount of dollars getting your tickets. If you
because I
want
think one of them, it's if it's for any day but Saturday, it's something that if you spend, I want to say 60, you can get a 1 day pass for any day but Saturday
right.
because
And a shout
Saturday is
out,
going to, as Joe said, max out.
nothing against those. I actually know one of the owners, but just if you're in Ashland or you're in Huntington, visit the Inner Geek. The
Inner Geek, sorry, that's the one I blanked on,
The
which
Inner
is
Geek
bad
are
because
the is Jared's store who owns Lexington Comic Con, and they're both really good comic book shops.
I should say before we even knew them, A Plus Comics. No, no, sorry. Inner Geek. Inner Geek was my favorite comic book store, and I hate that
The
it's
one in
not in Lex.
Lexington?
Yeah, it was.
Oh,
It was.
really?
It was between that one and the one on Waller.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, that's a good one. I
yeah,
just
those
love the
I
two.
other one.
I honestly I used to and I used to bounce between all of them quite frankly because I'm a huge nerd.
Yeah,
But
but the
I
one.
will give credit to A Plus as well though because if he still owns it, it's Russ and he was always really when I was a broke college student, he was really always cool. So
Yeah,
comic book store owners tend to actually be decent people.
wanting your money.
Well, yeah, everybody wants my money.
Do they?
I
I,
don't know. I don't have any
if you
because
had
one
any, I would
person
want
gets all my money.
it. Damn those goth donuts. That is an inside joke betwixt us all. So yeah, come out and see us at Lexington Comic Con. At least come to the Bonehead panel if you can make it Friday night. Friday night is busy, but it's not as busy as Saturday. Plus, most of the celebrities are already going to be there. So feel free if you can only make it one day. Friday's a good time. Sunday's a good time. Saturday's crazy, but also Saturday's when almost everyone's there. So I understand why.
And that's
So
when the costume contest is.
Saturday's when the cosplay contest is, absolutely. So try to make it out. If you've listened to us and you want to talk to us, you can literally walk up. If you can't make it to live at Bonehead, you can walk up to me. And if these two a-holes are in the building and will answer my text messages, I will introduce you to them. Happy to do so. And then we'll all be shocked that you wanted to talk to us.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
especially me.
To quote the great Mitch Hedberg, if you want to talk to me after the show, I will be surprised.
I will be surprised. Yeah, we'd love to have you. We'd love to talk to you. So, thank you all so much. We're going to wrap this up a little quick. I doubt with James's travel schedule and Lexington Comic-Con next week that we'll see about having an episode next weekend. But we may not have one though.
And if it is, it may only be 15 minutes of us talking about things about goths and donuts that we find have in common.
Or honestly, I could do 20 to 30 minutes on how the Voyager Pro was finally now 1 light year away from us.
That's getting ready to become V'ger, and we all know how that goes.
Star Trek taught us. This has been Bonehead Weekly.
Carbon-based units.